My name is Kenneth Bird. My company is the BlackSeriesEdition.com, new company, and our company under Crystal Edge Technology Screens. Yeah, I remember the last video I said I was tired of doing videos, but I love doing videos. Sometimes it just gets to do a lot of videos. But these videos are very important. This is to help you and educate you on what you should be buying, what you should not be buying. As I said before in the last demonstration, that gray and white screens do not work on ultra short throws, and this is why when I do a search, especially with the P2, I will notice that a lot of the demonstrations are done in really dark environments. There's no light at all, and the environment's very dark, very kind of medieval dungeon kind of look to them. And as you can see in our environment, we're nice and bright, nice and light, keeping it nice. As you can see, nice and bright. So the screen paint you're seeing here, this is a Black Series screen paint. It is using the Complete Cinema, as in the full name of it, Advanced Ambient Light Projection, 48 in Roman numbers, Black Series. And this is our Cinema Complete, which is an amazing screen paint, as you can see. And yes, all our screen paints are ultra short throw compatible. Why is ultra short throw compatible? Why is our black technology better for ultra short throws? Well, number one, we can see a 100% contrast level, better color, and we can maintain white levels. Another thing you need to know about, besides our technology there, is picking out the right motorized projection screen. We get people contact me all the time asking questions about motorized projection screens. Not all motorized projection screens work with ultra short throws. Oh, they'll display off of it. The problem is an ultra short throw surface has to be flat, perfectly flat, in order for you to be able to pick up a flat square image. Because what's going to happen is you're going to get something called a wave effect, which means the screen has a little bit of a curve or wave to it. That means your image now is going to have that same wave as the screen. And the only screens that have that ability to be able to allow your projector to lay perfectly flat are called tabbies, which is tension projection screen, but short for tabbies. Tabbies are not cheap. Tabbies are extremely expensive. You're talking about a white screen, and then you get one, the customer wanted to get 150 inches, about $4,000 for a 150-inch screen, white tabby, which would make a difference because these are encoded with our black technology anyway. But that's what tabbies run for. You can spend $3,000 or $2,000 for a tabby screen. Now, for those of you sitting there thinking like, you've got to be bonkers, Mr. Bird. That's impossible. Who charges that much? Yeah, they charge that much for a screen. I had a customer come in here one time, and I was telling him about how you could easily go out and spend $4,000, $5,000 for a projection screen. Didn't realize it cost that kind of money. They do. If you want the high performance, high tech screens, not the gray mixtures and all that stuff that are not properly tested. If you want the high-end screens, you're going to have to spend some money. Let me see. So you have to understand the gray mixes and stuff you had, that's called budget paint. That's what it's called in the home theater world, because there's no testing behind it. They call it the budget product for people. If you can't afford the high-end technology like the black diamonds and DMP supernovas and all that, then you get something called a budget paint, which is either you get a budget screen, that's a white screen, or you get the light gray products here because there's no testing at all. They can't take on the high-end, more superior screen, so it's a budget product. So you have a high-end projector on a outdated product, which you call a budget paint, and that's what it is. Because it can't perform well. It's something you use when you can't afford the big stuff, the good stuff. Hate to say it, but that's how it goes in the industry. That's how it works. Everybody knows how it works. As a matter of fact, it works in any place you go to, it works. If you can afford the Bugatti, the Aston Martin, the McLaren, or you can afford the Cadillac or Tesla or anywhere in between that section, or maybe just get one of the other cars. You know what I mean? Like a Kia or something. Not to bust some people with Kias, but you know what I'm talking about. Kia is not the same as a Bugatti. All right, let me see. Or Tesla. All right, let me see. We got to go to 120 inch. Let's do a 100 inch. A 100 inch tension. I should have put the inches on that one. I'll show you what you're looking at here. Tension, motorized, of course it should be motorized, projection screen. Now for this price, there was one company I was dealing with, but now I'd rather just go to Elite Screens and get it because again, Elite Screens do make better tension screens. They're expensive, but I'd rather go through them and get one. Oh, that better not be what I think it is. That's a 100 inch. Oh, let me go over here. Man, I'm gonna copy and paste what I just wrote here. So I got it when I go into Amazon and pull that up. I know Amazon got them. Here we go, Amazon got it. That's the Yard Master, but that's outside. No, it's a tabby. It's definitely a tabby. Tabby's got this kind of a U kind of look to it, like they kind of inward outward. All right, this is a Yard Master outside tabby, but 100 inches. I couldn't do anything with a 100 inch screen outside, truthfully. Mine would have to be 150 and up. I've had 100s out there, but I prefer the 150s and up. If I want to be outside, I want to make sure I get that big screen experience, especially if I got the room for it. All right, but we're gonna look for 100 inch tabbies. All right, so let me see. That's not a tabby. This right here is an outdoor screen. That'll cost you around, that's 100 inches. So that'll cost you around $1,300. That's in a tabby, and that's 4.3. Why are we showing a 4.3? That's 16.9, okay. Elite Screens is another tabby right here at 100 inches. It's going to cost you around $1,580. All right. Look at that. This is pretty bad. This is what I hate about this one. They got a freaking Elite Screen has one now. Oh, I would definitely get one from them. That's why, because I trust, when it comes to Elite Screens, when it comes to motors and parts like that, well, not so much parts, I had a bad incident with parts. But the fact that if I want to do a fluorizing screen, I'm definitely going through Elite to get it. Because again, I would trust them better with a fluorizing screen. That's a lot of gears and freaking mechanisms pushing back and forth. You don't want to make the mistake and have that not work on you, but that is freaking cool. They got one for way cheaper than Vivid Storm. Vivid Storm was like $2,700 for the screen, and that's like 100 inch. That's from 122 inches. But look how dark the environment is. Can't have that screen in a fully lit area because again, it's going to wash out. I love it how they have the lights on, and there's a TV in the background. They have the lights on, but the minute they show up the screen, of course, it's white. They can't have that in a fully lit environment. That'll wash out, but still, that is basically something to look into. Let me see. Here we go. And that's definitely tabby. You got to tabby those from the door. We got a 100 inch screen for $1,200, about $1,287. Well, tabby screens are expensive. These are 100 inch tabbies. I got a tabby for $600 one time, man. I'm telling you, that was basically a 120 inch for $600, which is actually was pretty fantastic. All right, let me see. We're gonna go now with a 120 inch tabby. Oh, Vivid Storm is dropping their prices, of course, since Leafs came out with that 120 inch. But they still look too expensive. All right, 120 inch tabby screen, now $2,000. All right, so that's $2,000 for 120 inch. Vivid Storm motorized tabby. It's a 100 inch. There's no way in the world for $800. What size is that for $800? Let me see. Well, we have a size on it. 20 display. Wow, that is pretty good. That's extremely good. Do we even have this thing in stock? That is really good. That's a really good price. They got a 120 inch 16.9 tabby for $789. That's not bad at all. That's extremely good. I would paint over anyway. We're gonna need that. Oh, that's really good. And it's 16.9 too. That's good. And you can find from the generic companies, And you can find from the generic companies. Generic companies, not so much high-end name brands, will basically have these for much cheaper. I went to a screen called H and something, I forgot the name of it. But that screen right there, basically 120 inch. And these are all white screens, by the way. It's not bad at all. What company makes this? Yeah, it's another different company. Because most people, when they buy tension screens, they don't want to spend over $800. Let's go to 150 inch. 150 inch, 150 inch screen. So the reason why Tabby is the best screen to go with for ultra short throw, because like I said, are tension screens, because they're going to lay perfectly flat every single time. And you have to have a 150 inch right there. You have to have a perfect flat system for an ultra short throw. If you go out and you buy a regular projector, what's going to happen, the regular screen is going to have a ripple effect. It's going to curve on the edges. That's what's going to happen. Some people think you can put a little piece of weight on each side, but that's not going to work at all. It has to lay perfectly flat, or your screen's going to have a ripple effect. And I'll show you. See how the screen starts here, and see how it comes up here? See how it curves like that? That's supposed to be perfectly flat, like this. See how it curves here? And see how it curves there? That's supposed to be a perfect flat square. Excuse me for a minute. The reason why you can't see a perfectly flat square, because the screen it doesn't lay perfectly flat, and you get that ripple in it. So you have to pay the money for the tabbies in order to use motorized. That's why sometimes if you want to go cheaper, people don't want to spend $800, $900, a couple of $1,000s for a tabby screen. They would just go out and get a fixed frame screen, which you're better off just getting, because again, this is something that's going to allow you to be able to, the screen's going to lay flat every single time. So that's good right there. If you want to be motorized, and I go through this all the time with customers that contact me and say, hey, look, I want to do a motorized projection screen for my ultra short throw projector. And the first thing I tell them, look, you're going to spend some money. Even if it's a white screen, you're still going to spend some money. It's going to cost you some money to actually get that flat screen. That one for 120 for 800 bucks. I got to pick that up. But anyway, every once in a while you can find a company that, like a generic company, will have it for much cheaper. But yeah, I think I might just go with the lead screens. How big 120 inch tension screens are huge. I had one before. They're quite huge. So I might just go and get the lead screen instead. Just spend an extra $500 and just get the lead screen. If I do decide to do tabby, I haven't decided on it yet what screen I'm going to do. Fixed screen or tabby, I haven't decided. So again, 150 inch screen, you got to get a tabby. It has to lay perfectly flat if you're going to be using an ultra short throw display. That is extremely important. If not, and man, 100 inches, even that one, this is about 98 inches, because again, we don't use the borders because we coat over top of them. But as I said before, if you're using, if you're not going to use it, and it's, man, it's going to be rare that that screen's going to lay flat. It's going to be extremely rare if you can get one to lay flat. But I would go no higher than 100 inches. Anything going outside 100 inches on a screen that's non-tabby is definitely going to have a wave to a ripple effect that's going to pop up on your screen. That's definitely going to be a problem. Now the next thing, once you get the tabby, depending on what color you're going to get it in, they can get expensive. Those are all white tabby screens, so they're going to be somewhere in that price range. Even though it looks very expensive, but they're going to be white. If you're talking about a tint of gray to it, now you're talking about the price is going to jump by a lot of money. So you're talking about a couple of $1,000s right there easily, because it jumps by a tint of gray. And as we're showing you right here, a tint of gray does not work on ultra short throws, neither do white screens. Because again, they cannot see contrast and they can't see color. Now I want to look at something real quick while we're on here. We're going to hunt for anybody who has a P2 projector that's in the same environment that we're in right now, displaying what we're doing on our $300 Sony projector. Mine P2 projectors are under $3,300 or $3,000, and that's a projector that's supposed to have the capability of seeing a 2 million to 1 contrast, which people get fooled into believing that if I have a 2 million to 1 contrast, I can pick a black level with no problem. No, you will not pick up a black level. So we'll show you right here. I'm gonna go pop into here, and we're gonna pick up P2 projector. Let's see what these environments look like. Now, in all these demonstrations, anyone using this projector is going to sit in the dark. We already know the main person who basically sits in the dark all the time with this projector, which is actually quite a shame because, again, you should not be in the dark with a projector with a 2 million to 1 contrast. That should not be happening. And this is a fellow right here who has a P2 projector. This is what his environment looks like on a projector that costs that kind of money with a 2 million to 1 contrast. There's nowhere in the world you should be in an environment that dark. And this is supposed to be title of the video, not to go hard on the guy's video, but Optima P2 Ultra Short Throw Projector demonstration showing good black contrast levels. Well, number one, you're in the dark with a 2 million to 1 contrast level. And again, that's not coming up black. I'm seeing over here, I'm seeing gray. This is a projector that has a 2,000 to 1 contrast, or 2,000 to 3,000 to 1 contrast. And this is on a Sony projector that cost me 300 bucks. The reason why the image is pulling up so nicely because, again, our black technology is the best for your ultra short throw setup. Not gray, not white, that won't work. LG OLED demonstration YouTube.
Getting that from YouTube. When you're looking like a snack, and now you're hungry for one. I've seen your kindness.
No. Let's move on. Same demonstration, but our lights are on. Much more brighter environment. I can tell when y'all do demonstrations that your backgrounds are not black, they're gray. They're supposed to be black. And I mean by y'all, I mean as in people who display these projectors and try to show that they're pulling a contrast level when they've been never pulling a contrast level at all. Virtually impossible to do. Now here we are here. That's our display. And this is the same display sitting in the dark. That's a very expensive machine to be sitting in the dark, trying to display a contrast level. But if you turn the lights on, what's going to happen is the screen's going to wash up. That's the problem. I don't know why we're staying in the middle. What? And they're both 3,000 lumens. You just shouldn't be sitting in the dark at all, period. Nowhere in the world your environment should ever be that dark with a projector that has that many bells and whistles in it. That's not a good idea. That's actually very bad idea. And the reason why he has to be in the dark, this is supposed to be black. I can clearly see this is not black, this is gray. But the reason why he has to be in the dark is because, as I said before, he turns the lights on, that's going to wash right on out. So that's the problem there. That's why the environment is so dark. Yeah, definitely dark environment. As I told you before, very dark environment. And that's not the screen paint. That's actually the environment just being dark with a projector. That's it. But very dark environment. A lot of Christmas tree. That's what we call them, Christmas tree lights effects. We got a bunch of colorful lights going off in the background. Little Christmas tree lights. Same projector. And as you'll see, that thing that turned the light right out on it. So what's the point of spending all that money for a projector? You'll be sitting in the dark. It's supposed to be a TV set-top box, and yet it sits in the dark. Now, like I said, there's nothing wrong with the P2. The P2 works perfectly fine. The problem with the P2 is the fact, or any other ultra short throw projector, is the fact it's sitting in the dark environment. That's the problem. $16K demonstration P2.
Getting that from YouTube.
Look at this, see right here? Very dark and brown. It could have turned the lights on here, but he didn't choose to turn the lights on because, again, the screen would have washed out. And that's that $3,300 projector in the dark. And that's pretty bad. Lights on any time in this demonstration? Nope. All demonstrations done in the dark. That's how a projector, ultra short the projector should be reacting in a fully lit environment. Like I said, nothing wrong with the P2 projector at all. Not a thing wrong with it. It works perfectly fine. The problem is the projector is being dumbed down because it's being displayed on either a white screen or a gray screen. And this is a 720p, $300 ultra short throw projector. Because it hits our screen, it pulls up amazing color, pulls up amazing white levels, and the contrast is 100% pure. Now, not to put any of these demonstrations down that these fellows are doing, or wherever they may be, not to put them down in any way whatsoever, but just to clearly show that there's no way in the world you should be sitting in the dark with a projector literally that powerful. And the fact that you have to be in that dark environment shows you that the screen is failing the projector, because the projector does have the capability. The problem is the screen doesn't. I'm just gonna put the white screen up here, I put the gray screen up here. That 720p, $300 projector can't even see them. So it comes down to the screen. So if you want the best picture quality for your ultra short throw, any projector setup, whether it be home or business, this is why our Black Series technology and Crystal Series technology is the best. Because we want that to be stuck in the dark. I'm looking at the Samsung LSP90 Ultra Short Throw Projector. Let's pause on my screen right there. Or let that play. Now, you see the setup he has in here? You see how dark? This is a Samsung Ultra Short Throw Projector. See how dark that environment is? This is the only light that he can add to the environment. This is the entire environment, how dark it is. See if he has any lights on in here. Oh, this is in the dark. Every single thing is in the dark. This is really crazy. These guys sit in this much darkness just to get an image to freaking pull. So no lights on. I'm looking at the bottom, there is no lights. I'm trying to find something with some lights on, but this whole entire thing is done in the dark. So that means the thumbnail was a complete fake. Unless he has it in here. No, the entire demonstration clearly done in the dark. Did the entire demonstration in the dark. Interesting. And this is the industry. This is sad. That is pretty sad. Look at this. And you got this guy here sitting in the dark, as always. Pros always in the dark. Always in the dark. Look at it. That is pretty bad. That's sad. That is pretty sad. Honest opinion, you shouldn't be in the dark with that projector. How do I have a 720p projector and we're in a fully lit environment and you guys are sitting in that kind of lighting at the end of the day? That is pretty bad. But like I said, I'm picking one up. I'll show you how to work it. My area is gonna look like a freaking store, apartment store display when I get done. The apartment set up, I got it from company getting about to get. Look at this. I want you to look at this. See all this light we have in here? Look at that nonsense. That's a $3,300 machine in that environment. And they can't pull an image in there. What in the world? That is pretty bad. That is extremely bad. Nope, we're not doing that.
Are you winning machines?
Oh, we got the shorts on this one. We're not doing the shorts. We'll take this one. I don't get that. How are you? All these videos, not just him, all the videos, none of these videos are matching the promo. What is up with the freaking lights behind the back of the screen? Oh, I see, just to give off the appearance that the area is well lit. It's not well lit because you got dark pockets in here. Look how dark it is all around here. This is all dark. There's no light in this environment. It's completely dark. And if you look at the top of the ceiling, see that bar of light right there? See the rest of it all black? Even with my ceiling being black, I still generate more light in this environment. Yeah, that's sad. That this is what the industry is, and it's sad because people have been tricked to believe that that's how an ultra short display is supposed to look like. No, you're supposed to be in a fully lit environment. They're designed to be TVs, like TV set-top boxes. So you should never be in an environment that dark, ever. Oh my goodness, this is so bad. And in none of these demonstrations did I see any real contrast levels. So just showing you what I've seen on the internet. There are, under the P2 technology, there's nothing matching the promo demonstration. The promo demonstration was done in a fully lit environment. And the sad thing about it, these screens don't have the ability to keep up with these projectors today. Nothing wrong with the P2, like I said. The problem is that the screens are failing. And a gray screen paint product does not work. This is the mindset that the P2 was trying to set for doing them for their projector. This is where they wanted people to understand what their projector was all about. It's designed to be a kind of a set-top box setup, like a TV, designed like a TV. Only problem is TVs don't sit in the dark 24/7. Even to our standards, that environment's dark. It's a lot better than what I've seen so far. Even though this is fake, that's basically some kind of digital display that they have in there. But again, as you can see, it's supposed to be designed like a TV. That's what ultra short those are for. If you're an ultra short throw projector and you're sitting in the dark at about 190% of the time, that is a failed screen right there from the door. There's no way in the world you're supposed to be sitting in an environment that dark. And for that kind of money too on top of that, and you're not producing, like this is 720p, $300 projector. Oh, we didn't know that was in there. We need to install this.
Tired of divisive partisan politicians? Yeah, me too.
No, I don't want to hear it. I'm good. Black contrast saturation, OLED.
Getting that from YouTube.
So neat. 1 hour demonstration, YouTube.
Getting that from YouTube. Garrett's private sale is on this weekend with exclusive deals on Bosch appliances.
Bosch will love it.
Compatible.
Here's the definition of compatible. Of two things, able to exist or occur together without conflict.
Designed for non-washout or fading. No calibrating required.
According to calibration awareness, calibration not required is the term we use to define a measuring instrument that does not need calibration. It is a measuring instrument but with different purpose or usage.
Oh, we ran out of words. Gee whiz, Louise. Seriously? I said EV to 150 children. Wow. Okay, I guess that's all we get. Okay. I'll take that. this is straight for a minute. There we go. So I got caught up in work over here. I'm doing something and updating my channel, something interesting on the program part at all. Oh shoot. Get caught up in this freaking sure, the thing got caught in some work over here. All right, I gotta go. Thank you all for your time, and God bless.